Man, what do you think of when you hear the name Jesus? We hear that name sometimes thrown around wrongly. We hear it used in church. We hear it used all over the place. But what do you think of when you hear the name Jesus? He was a man that sometimes our brains can't quite grasp, that was all man, yet all God. That's one of those things you got to take on faith. That's what God said is, and so that's what He was. But I ask you, what do you think of when you think of Jesus? What picture comes to your mind? You know, so many times I think this world we've kind of made Jesus to be a little wimpy. Let me tell you, He was all man. He grew up a carpenter. He was used to using his hands. There were calluses there. He knew what it meant to work. As he grew, he began a ministry. He called men together to come after him, to follow him. And he taught them. And he raised them and discipled them in so many different ways, in godly ways. And as we see the end of his life as a man, we see him going through torture, pain, far beyond what we can even fathom. Yet he did it willingly for you and me. We see him at a point where he died on the cross. And mind you, he gave his life. They didn't take it. For you and for me. So we see Jesus as that man. But do you think of Jesus as Lord? You see, the reason he died on that cross was so that he could pay the price for the sins that you and I have. He did it for us. So do you think of him as your Lord? You know, I think of Jesus as a warrior. In Revelation it talks about when he comes back, man, he's going to come back riding on a stallion. He's going to be in a blood-soaked uniform or garment. It's going to be powerful. You're going to say, whoa, there's a warrior right there. Gentlemen, God told us in a verse in the Bible, which you probably all have heard, in John 3:16. For God so loved the world, that's you and me, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever, again, you and me, will believeth on Him shall have everlasting life. Men, if you don't know Jesus as your Lord, believe in Him. Confess that you need Him and trust Him, and He will become your Lord. Gentlemen, who is Jesus to you? He is a man's man. He's God's man. He's our Father. He's our Lord. Iron to iron.